Hey guys, Jimmy here. Welcome back to another video, and we are back at Brands Hatch for a track day. Of course, recently picked up my practice car, the little cutie red MX5 with throttle bodies, and it's finally ready to go out on circuit. Well, ready-ish. I forgot to get a towing eye, so we're getting that done right now. But a little bit nervous because it's the car's first time on circuit. But hopefully some fun content coming up for you today, because it isn't just me here today. We have the cute Mazda, and we have Tom Brooks and his Yaris. So we're going to see if my 30-year-old MX5 can keep up with a GR Yaris. Probably not. Handbrake on the way in. Look at that rock! Oh my god! So I'm all suited because I'm a massive try-hard, but I figured, you know, even if we're driving a little cutie Mazda, if I've got a race suit, why the hell not wear it? Track is still super greasy. There's been 2 red flags in like 20 minutes, so gonna go out there in a minute, just see how it is. Got our towing eye installed, so that's all good. We're like vlogger central. We've got Alex Gillen there, we've got Tom Brooks there. Obviously nowhere near as good as myself, but that's what it is. You see, Tom doesn't do his own camera. He gets someone to do it for him, doesn't he? Hello, Jamie. Doing? Employing some rather advanced.
It's going incredibly well. That won't move at all.
No, that's solid.
I am really good at my job.
So I've got little spares piled down the bottom here, but not really much. I need to really get that extinguisher out and actually like mount it somewhere. Now, every time I've come here to Brands Hatch, there's been a problem with an MX5 that I've been in. Of course, a turbo car. First time leaked oil. Second time really leaked oil. So I've checked every fitting, it's all tight, there's no leakage at all. I've got spare oil if some decides to leave. And a couple of spares, but my mechanic skills are like a solid 4 out of 10, so if something big goes wrong, we are sort of stuck a bit.
So confidence in my machine aside, let's introduce the competitors in today's little duel. First of all, a little cutie, my 1993 MX5 with a 1.8 VVT engine with throttle bodies strapped to the side of it, producing about 175 horsepower or so, weighing in at around 980 kilograms, sitting on Meister-R suspension and AO52 tyres. And it's up against Tom's 2020 Toyota GR Yaris, that he's still quite precious about. 1.6 3-cylinder turbo, of course, 6-speed manual gearbox, weighing in at about 1,280 kilograms, producing around 260 brake horsepower, and it's a circuit pack as well, so Tom also has the fancy front and back LSDs. So Tom's got a significant power advantage, but I have a fairly big weight advantage as well, but he does have double my LSDs, so he wins that one. After Tom has spent a little bit of time studying my racing line and reminding me just how many LSDs I had, we discussed the rules for our little showdown. Now, given that we're on an open track day, we aren't actually allowed to physically race. You can only pass on the left side and on the straights. So we decided instead to employ toge rules, best motoring style. If you're unfamiliar with that, the 2 cars go out the pit lane, one after the other, and if a lead car manages to make a gap, they win that round, and if the trailing car manages to stick to the bumper of the car in front, then they win that round. You then swap it over and do it the other way around, and it's best of 3 wins.
Tom, rock, paper, scissors. Whoever leaves the pit lane first gets to have the clear track.
I'm terrible at this.
This is to go out first. Okay. So on 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Ah, see, I told you I'd lose.
Easy game, mate. He already won. Mind game's won. Finished. How you feeling, Brooks?
Oh, I'm pumped and ready, mate. I'm confident, actually. The car's gripping like pigeon shit to a car bonnet, so I think we'll be all right. I've got it on the 70-30 split, which seems to reduce the understeer. Tyre pressures are sorted. I'm confident, mate. I'm confident I'll keep up with you.
So I made my way out of the pit lane leading first with Tom's GR Yaris in tow. And at this point, honestly, I had no idea what to expect. I've been out on circuit a little bit, so I knew what the car was capable of, but whether it was enough to beat a car that's 30 years newer, that was someone else. It took a little bit of time to find some space, but once we had some, the battle was on.
What's that burning smell?
Don't think it's you. a British touring car.
That's a fucking cool sight.
Stifling my erection at the touring car going by, we finally found a bit of free track for one whole uninterrupted lap. So the first run done, and I felt confident that I had done enough to take this leg of the battle. To get confirmation, we have to check Tom's footage. Given that we can't, of course, time our laps at track days, we have to use sort of markers on the circuit to look at distance. What was the gap at the start of a lap? What was the gap at the end of a lap? And looking at these two stills, one from start of a lap and one from the end, I think it's fair to say that I take round one. Sorry, Brooks.
Easy.
So 1-0 to the 30-year-old Rustbox. Happy, good result that. But now it's my turn to follow Tom, which is going to be a bit tricky because all my speed's in the corners, all his speed's in the straight, so I can't really utilise the thing that makes this car quick if Tom is sitting on the apex. So this one's going to be a bit more tough, I think.
Track session 7.
Track session 7.
Jimmy's chasing us this time.
despite being able to stay with Tom, I couldn't quite get past, so I don't know if that counts as a win or not. In fact, I'm going to let you guys decide whether I won this second half of the leg or not. But what was clear is traffic was having a massive effect on this. Of course, it's a track day, so you expect to see it, and Brands Hatch is a tiny circuit, but it would be really great to get out onto a track and just be able to drive against each other properly and not under such strict track day rules. But overall, super happy with my driving. I actually honestly didn't expect the Mazda to be able to get anywhere near the Yaris, given how new it is and how it has lots of fancy technology in, but the fact that I could keep up with him and actually pull away from him on my leading stint is pretty damn cool. So I think a good day all round.
First of all, thank you, Jamie, for being behind the camera for this bit. Tom, mate, how'd you find being on track with the cutie?
It's all right, mate, yeah. I mean, you were bloody rapid. You were right up my arse for most of that. Yeah.
I was deep in there. I buried myself.
I know. You had to get out of the way of my arse at one point.
Yeah, there was one point where coming down Paddock Hill, I think someone braked in front of Tom and I had to, oh shit, it was a bit of a...
I saw you in the mirror, I was like, oh, you had to jump out of the way then. Like that made my arse go like a rabbit's nose.
Well, the thing is, you've got those posh brakes. I've got these little biscuit tin lids, which aren't very decent, but yeah, lots of fun. What would you say was the worst bit for you driving the Yaris around here?
I think mainly the understeer on the corner exit. Every time I tried to get on the power, the front would wash wide, and like especially when I was driving with you, I noticed because I was pushing myself a bit harder. And every time I seemed to get myself on the power, it just seemed to wash the front wide, and that was just a bit frustrating because I was quicker than you on the straights. You were probably quicker than me into the corners, but coming out the corners, you just got so much more drive than me. So.
Tom's skill and talent means he was quicker in the straight line.
Yeah.
Good job, mate.
It's easy for a straight line.
What do you reckon, tempted? Would you pick one up?
I fucking would, yeah. I'd have a bit of that, you know. Like, I think that's like... Because your last one that you took me out in was, honestly, it was like an allotment shed down the motorway. Like that terrified. I had tinnitus in both my ears for 3 days after that. I would, yeah. I'd have a go on that because it's the right amount of power by the seams of things. You seem to enjoy it, so...
But thanks for being a good sport, mate. Lots of fun. I look forward to giving me your footage so I can make a good video. Thank you.
No worries. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. So, track day over, and I am so proud of this little thing. I sort of expect there to be one or two teething problems because, you know, it's the first time on track, and when you go on the circuit, it's a lot more wear and tear than just driving around on the road. And this thing just knocked it out of the park. It started off a little bit sketchy with the tyres not quite being the right pressures, but literally, as soon as we fixed that, this thing came alive, and it was so much fun. Just throwing it around the track. A big shout out to the guys at M-Tech because they really did smash it out of the park with this. It's just fantastic and really cool to see that this little car with a couple of mods, you know, bodies, suspension, roll bars, gearbox, other bits and bobs, was able to not only keep up with the GR Yaris but pull away from it, much to Tom's dismay. He don't mind talking about it, bless him. No, but I've got to say a big thank you, Tom, for being a good sport and letting me have a little dice him on circuit in his very expensive, very cool GR Yaris, and looking forward to seeing what is in the future for this car. Does it need more power? No, I don't think it does.